Let's take a quick look though here into hive 2. Smoke them up a little bit. Pop the lid off. This is one where we added the bait hive, so I don't know what the queen situation is in here. Oh, lots of bees. Well, that's good to see. I do want to see what the queen situation is in here. Looks like pretty much honey up here. Let's take a quick look though. In that bottom box. Oh, that's heavy. They're putting up honey there. Woo, lots of bees. That's what I like to see. I might put a box in between here. Let them build up that way. Let's see what's going on here. Gentle, okay. Let's see what we got going here. That's just a resource frame. All honey and nectar. Put that here. Honey and nectar, no brood. Okay, I'm going to put this box back together. Not seeing a lot of brood, if any, here. So there may have been some brood on that last frame I pulled out, but not real clear. So I'm going to go up in the top box and see if they're doing some brood up there. Here we go. Okay. Has a lot of honey in it. If I don't see a lot of brood in here, I might combine these two hives, combine this with the bait hive, and if there's two queens, let them fight it out, because I got to see brood being produced this time of year. And I don't see that right here. And they are humming. These bees are humming. There's a little bit of brood here. It's mostly capped in older brood. I want to see a lot of young brood. I don't see it in this hive. You see some drone brood there. There's a freshly hatched nurse bee. I'm just not seeing a lot of young larvae in here. So that says to me this hive, even if it's got a queen in it, she's not producing much. I'm a little concerned about that. I'm inclined to combine the bait hive with this hive. That's going to be quite a disruptive thing. I'm going to do a newspaper combine. I don't have the newspaper now. I'll have to go get some paper. Then I'm going to come back, take the the bait hive, and totally add it to this hive. I've got 15 frames over there, and I can only take 8 in this box, so I'm going to have to play around with frames. but I'm to do a newspaper combine, and if there's a queen in here, I'm just going to have to let the best queen win. We can't have a hive this weak going into, as one of our main hives, going into the season of nectar flow, main nectar flow. So I'm going to combine the two hives, and that'll be a very quick operation. It involves putting paper over the top of this hive, and then adding the other bees on top, and I'll have to play around with the frames a little bit. So that's the next thing I'll do when I come back. I just got to go quick, grab some paper. Wish I had thought to bring it in the first place, but I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back, and hopefully we're ready to go. I had to think quick about how I wanted to do this. I was thinking about transferring the frames from the nuke into an 8-frame box, but the nice thing about doing a combine with the newspaper is that you don't have to agitate the bees too much. So given the situation that we're in, I thought maybe it'd be best if we just used the board we used earlier. Remember, I made this board. We can actually combine a nucleus hive with the regular hive using this board. Now the thing is, I'm going to have 3 boxes. That's a lot to combine, but if we do that, I only have to disrupt the bottom boxes, you'll see, because that's one that's got a solid bottom. So I'm going to have to transfer those frames into another 5-frame box and put that on top, or maybe on the bottom, however I decide. That will allow us to combine with the minimum disturbance to the bees we're combining. It'll be an easy combine here, and then with 3 nucleus boxes on top, that's 15 frames. In a couple of weeks or next week, whenever I decide to do it, I can come down and just add 2 8-frame boxes, so we'll have 4 boxes, and I'll only have to add 1 additional frame because we got 15 we're adding. 1 more makes 16, that's 2 boxes. So let's get this started. It should go pretty quick and smooth. Little combine. I got to go get the paper, so I'll be back in 1 second. Let me do that. I'm just going to use paper towels. Normally we use newspaper. This is a nice soft paper. The bees, again, the paper allows the bees to join slowly over time. They'll chew through it. I'll put a slash or 2 through it. That enables the bees to join together a little bit more slowly, so there's less aggression towards one another. And then if there are 2 queens in here, the strongest queen will prevail. So we'll just let them sort it out. So let's get started. First, get a little puff of smoke in here. Don't have to work too hard on this. I'm just going to take the top off. Knock the bees off. Put the combine. Here's the board for combining the nuke. Put that on. Then I'm going to cover them up with paper so that they're not agitated too much. Okay, best I can. I'll put a box on here. There's 2 boxes. Here's the bottom box. Here's where things are going to get kind of wild. I have to transfer these frames. I'm going to make quick work of it. No time like the present. There's an empty frame. That's okay. I'm going to give them a better frame. There's one of those frames they worked on last week. Another frame they're still working on. It's bees are being pretty good. See how they're making new comb over here. Very nice. They've already chewed a few rubber bands off. Now let's take these 2 boxes, add them on top. And we are done with the combine. That's nice, isn't it? Very quick. I put 2 pieces of paper on so there's already kind of a space in between where the bees can slowly start to get together. And that's the combine. So now these bees will slowly blend with these bees. The queen that's strongest will survive. And hopefully we're going to build this population up to a nice level so that when we want to start putting up honey, we're going to have a better population. These bees have already started to put up honey, so they're in pretty good shape. Hopefully they'll just combine and take advantage of this larger space to really progress into the nectar flow season. Okay?